Hey there, it's Victoria McCooey from victoriamccooey.com, and I'm here with another episode of Manic Monday. Every Monday at 1 p.m. Eastern, I come on here live on my Facebook page, The Divorce Course for Women, with everything that my community writes in to tell me their kids are saying after spending time with their other parent. So it's kind of funny, but not so funny. But you know what? We're all going through it. Like, everyone has these issues. So what better way to get through it than to share, because sometimes it's actually kind of funny. Like today, we have something I think that is kind of amusing. But before we get started, if you would do me a huge favor, if you're watching this live with me right now, would you please type into the comments live? And if you're watching a replay, can you please type into the comments replay? I would really appreciate that. All right, so thanks, let's get started. So this is one of my all-time favorites. Someone from the community wrote in that their kids came home from their dad's and said, "Your boyfriend has a girl's car." All right, so that is pretty funny actually, right? Obviously they heard this from dad. So what do you do, right? It's hard not to get upset, not upset, but go really blame the dad or say something negative about the dad or, what do you do here? And I gave this some thought. I think the most important thing to remember is that you don't want the kids to think that this stuff upsets you. When you're divorcing a narcissist or co-parenting with a narcissist, they're smart, right? I mean, historically, they are smart, they're intelligent, but you're smarter. You can use their Achilles heel against them, the things that set them off. You can use it against them to get them to do or behave the way you want, the thing to do what's in their children's best interest, because that's really all you care about, right? You just want them to do the right thing for the kids. Telling them negative things about your boyfriend or your boyfriend's car is not in the children's best interest. So I think it's the most important thing to remember in this situation is you don't want for the dad to find out that this upset you, because then it will continue. This is all he wants to do. He just wants to get a rise out of you. He just wants to upset you. So he's thinking of ways to send messages to you through the children. And this dad came up with the idea of telling the kids that the boyfriend drives a girl's car, thinking that will upset you. All right, so laugh. It's funny. Laugh. Say, just laugh, because it's funny. And then I guess I would say something like, what is a girl's car? There aren't boy cars and girls cars. There's just cars. Boys drive the same cars as girls. I don't understand. That's just the silliest thing I ever heard. That's so funny. Ha ha. All right. Does that make sense? Don't take the bait. I know I always say that, but don't take the bait. This is just letting him continue to control your emotions. So don't take the bait. Just laugh. So I'm always trying to help my clients come up with ways to turn the tables, right? To use the narcissist's personality disorder in your favor. Use it against him. He's smart, but you're smarter. You're so much smarter. So you can totally use his tendencies to your advantage. And that's what I help my clients do. And guess what? Sometimes we actually have a good time doing it. All right. I am going to put, did you know that today is Divorce Day? I know, right? December 7th. January. It's not always January 7th, but today is the first Monday of the first full work week in January. And historically, I've read, this is the biggest filing day for divorce in the United States. And here's my theory. You know, you waited, you had a horrible year. You had a shitty year, and then it just kept getting worse and getting worse. And then all of a sudden you're like, okay, the summer was terrible, but then now you're like getting the kids back to school, or, you know, you're just busy. And then you're like, okay, this is it. I've got to do something about this. I've got to get my life together. But now you're like all the way at the end of the year, and you put it off because of the holidays. Everybody puts off filing for divorce because the holidays are approaching. You don't want to cause any additional emotional upset during the holidays. You worry about disrupting the kids. Holidays, you know, making things sad or upsetting, whatever. And you're so busy, you just want to get through it. So everyone puts off divorcing until after the holidays. So you've got Thanksgiving, you've got Christmas, you've got New Year's. Now you've got nothing, right? You've got like a long stretch of winter. And if you can see here in New York, it is like a blustery, cold winter day. So it's like, yeah, it's time, right? It's time. Let's just do this. Let's move on. Let's move on with our lives and do it. And it's hard, but happy divorce day, right? Now, here's my mission in life, is to make a paradigm switch. Everyone thinks when they're headed for divorce, the first thing they think they have to do is run out and hire an attorney. Well, I want to change everyone's mindset around that, because the first thing you should do is to hire a coach. You know, I'd love it if everybody hired me, but you know, it doesn't matter. You have to hire a coach, whatever coach, because you need support. Your coach is like the quarterback who wrangles all this stuff. I mean, I was talking to a friend today, and she was like, it's sort of like when you're getting married, you know, you hire a wedding planner. I mean, yeah, you could do it all yourself, but you're not an expert in all these different things. So this is a big deal. It's a big day. You want it to go as well as it possibly can. So you hire a wedding planner to hire the venue, hire the caterer, help you coordinate everything, make everything run smoothly, make things more efficient, more effective, exactly the way you want it. All right, so they're like the quarterback of your wedding. Well, a divorce coach is like the quarterback of your divorce. You certainly don't want to run out and sign over a retainer check to an attorney in a vacuum without any advice or support around making that decision. That's a big commitment. You attach yourself to an attorney, and that's a marriage in itself. You know, it's not easy to walk away from, and it's a big investment. So do you want to do that on your own in this emotional place where you are right now, where you're probably not functioning at your highest level? A divorce coach is going to help you get your mind set in the right place, think clearly, look at how all areas of your life are functioning. How, at least with me, how you're eating, how you're sleeping. Are you exercising? Are you meditating? Are you in a good place spiritually? Are you centered? You know, we get you grounded before you start making these life-altering and long-term decisions. I want to see you in your best possible condition, like a coach, like if you were training for a marathon, like if you were running a race, you're in training for this. So I get you in the best possible shape, and that's what a coach should do. So before you go out and file papers, hire an attorney, do anything like that, you need someone on your team, your quarterback, to get you in the best possible shape you can be. All right, does that make sense? I'm going to put a link in my profile because I am offering what I'm calling a laser session. This is a great way for you to get a taste of what divorce coaching is like. It's a small investment. It's $49, but we spend 15 minutes laser focused on whatever your burning issue is. What is keeping you awake at night? At 3 a.m., when you're awake and staring at the ceiling, what is that is keeping you up and upsetting you and making you worry and not be able to sleep? I want to fix that for you. I want to help you get through that. A 15-minute laser session, and we will dive deep into fixing that problem, and you'll walk away with a plan, with a strategy, with an idea of what you need to do to get out of this issue that you're in that's keeping you awake at night. It's a great investment, and it will give you a taste of what it's like. So I'll put a link in the post so you can see exactly. You can go online and you can book it yourself. You don't have to go through a strategy call. You can just book that on my calendar. There's time slots available, and we can get right to it. All right, thank you for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you next time.